لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ونعم المولى ونعم النصير رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعمه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون الذي لا يدركه بعد الحمم ولا يناله غوص الفتن الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعت موجود ولا وقت معدود ولا أجل ممدود والصلاة والسلام على رسول الثقلين محبوب رب المغربين والمشرقين جد الحسن والحسين أبي القاسم محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وهو أصدق القائلين وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن يتق الله يجعل له من أمره يسرا أما بعد أوصيكم ونفسي وجميع عباد الله بتقوى الله سلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Respected Mu'mineen, first of all, I advise myself and your Mu'mineen for taqwa. Taqwa is a nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and with the help of this nur, with the help of the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can be successful in our life of this dunya and life of akhirah. There are so many ayat has been mentioned in Quran Majid regarding taqwa. So today I want to mention and share with you some of the ayat, some of the verses of Quran which have mentioned the benefit of adopting taqwa. Why Quran has emphasized, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned again and again in Surah Baqarah, in another surahs, wal aqibatu lil muttaqeen, and so other place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned the benefit of taqwa, importance of taqwa. So here I have written 5 ayat which I want to share with you the benefit of adopting taqwa. Number 1, Quran says in Surah Talaq ayat number 4, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Ease in matter. If a person have a taqwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make easiness, make ease in his life of his matter of dunya or matter of akhirat. So what does it mean? He will have the ease in his life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him ease. Quran says, يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. Allah will grant him the ease in his amr, in his life. He will not face the difficulties in his life. No. He will face the difficulties. He will be tested, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him strength and power to bear these difficulties, to bear and courage to face these difficulties. See, so many people, you can Google, you will find out the people, they have all materialistic things. They had good car, they have good bungalows, good house, good bed to sleep, good food for eating, but still, if you see, they are having khutkushi, suicide in their life. Celebrities, they are doing suicide. They are committing suicide. It is haram. What happened to them? Because they don't have taqwa and fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person have a fear, that time he won't have this sin, because khutkushi and suicide, it is haram in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make easy for you. If you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, man yattaqillah yaj'al lahu min amrihi yusra. It means beyond this materialistic thing, we need something else. Because these celebrities, these big people, these wealthy millionaire people, they have all things to spend their life. Still they are not happy. And they're committing suicide. So it means having taqwa, one of the benefits of taqwa, they will fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make easy for them. And the second ayah says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Makhraj means exist of problems and difficulties. Whoever fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will make exist for him. And sometimes we don't get the way how to solve this problem. We don't get the solution of some problems. So Allah says, exist of problems of their difficulties. يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. See, because of this taqwa and you can say the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Quran has mentioned so many waqiyas, so many stories. One of the famous story you can read in Quran, the story of Hazrat Khizr alayhi salam and the story of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. They had some question and answer, but you know, I don't want to mention the whole story, but the story which belongs to my topic, when Hazrat Khizr alayhi salam went in one village, in one area, he was not treated well. He was not welcome of that people of that city. He was not treated well, but at the time of coming back from there, he built the one wall which was going to demolish, which was going to spoil. Then Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, even he was Nabi, he could not control himself. He asked him, we are not treated very well. We are not welcomed by these people. Why you are doing this thing? Why you are making and building this wall? Let it demolish. Let us finish. Then he said, this wall, this diwar, this wall was belonged to two sons, two boys. And Quran says, Abu Huma Salihan. Their father was Saleh. Their father was a good person. Their father was a pious person. Yani, father had taqwa. Father was a pious person. And the benefit of that taqwa and piousness reached to his both son. So Hazrat Khizr Islam, he made and he built that wall. So this is the second benefit of taqwa. وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. He will get the exist. The third thing is, Quran says, unexpected sustenance. يَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. This is very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him rizq, the sustenance. La yahtasib, unexpected. Sometimes we expect, if we establish this business, if I get this job, if I get this shop, it will be enough for me. But if a person have a taqwa, that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide for him from source he could not never imagine. He could not never imagine. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him La yahtasib, yarzuquhu min haythu la yahtasib. This is number 3. And the fourth is, Quran says, is all of ayat of Quran, verses of Quran. Quran says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu in tattaqullah yaj'al lakum furqana. This is very important. Oh, who you believe, if you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you have the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will grant you the criterion. He will grant you the furqan. With that furqan, with that criteria, that time a person will able to distinguish between haqq and batil. This is very important. This is very important. Haqq and batil. Sometimes we see and haqq and batil are mixed up and we assume these are same. But what happens, see, in the case of Hazrat Hud alayhi salatu wassalam, at the time of night of Ashura, he found himself between haqq and batil, between nar and nur, between jannat and jahannam, between hell and paradise. So because of his taqwa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him the Furqan, the path of Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, path of Ahlul Bayt, the path of Imam Husain alayhi salatu wasalam. It is correct. This is correct. So because of this Furqan, because of this criteria, he could find the path of Imam Husain alayhi salatu wasalam. So, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu in tattaqullah yaj'al lakum furqana. This is number 4. And number 5, Quran says a person who will fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who will have a taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him tranquility and sukoon. This is very important. Even this ayat related to previous ayat. So many people, they have all things what is needed for their materialistic life. Still they don't have calm, they don't have sukoon, they don't have tranquility. Before sleeping they have to take the tablets for sleeping. Why you are eating, bhai? You have good job, you have so many servants, you have maid, you have running the business, you are running the business, you have good shop, big job you are doing. Still you are eating. Maulana, I don't get sleep. What happened to you? Huwa allazi anzala sakinata fi qulubil mu'minin. And it is he who sent down tranquility into the heart of the believer. If a person, if he is a true believer, if he is a true mu'min of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him tranquility and sukoon. See, my brothers and sisters, on the day of Ashura, Asr time, our Imam, he didn't have anything. Zahiri taur par, if you see, look at that thing, he didn't have anything. For one war, in the battlefield, what you need? You need the army. At least the number of army of Yazid, of Umar Saad has been mentioned in Rawayat by historian, at least 30,000. One side 30,000, other side maximum, if you see, 130 has been mentioned, or the famous is 72. If you compare, 72 are nothing in front of 30,000. Army, no army. Army should be full. They didn't have food. They didn't have water. They didn't have weapon. And among the 72, all was not this thing, the youth. 30 years, no, 6 months, 7 years, 13 years, 11 years, Ono Muhammad, Janabe Qasim, Hazrat Qasim, 13 years, Ali Akbar, 17, 18 years. Then, but Imam Husain, he had tranquility. All narrators says, as soon as the time of Asr came, Imam Husain had a nur, there was no restlessness on his face. No bechani, no restlessness. He was completely calm and tranquil because of the sukoon which were granted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, if we have fear and taqwa, because our wujud, our existence is limited. Allah, the Zat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is unlimited. If we cling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that time, even will get the benefit of being unlimited. With the barakat of salawat bar Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Ma salli ala